Hello, this is the LEGO Minecraft The Crafting Table set. This celebrates 15 years of Minecraft and 10 years of minifig scale LEGO Minecraft, although 11 years in total. This has 1,195 pieces. I paid $90 US for it. This thing is about 5.5 inches or 14.5 centimeters on a side, and comparing it to the size of a minifigure, hopefully that will give you a better idea. The whole set is definitely very, very clearly through and through one of those love letter to the franchise types of creations. I think that they've done a really nice job of capturing some very, very familiar sites and collections of sites. So obviously you got two sides of crafting box on the outside. The top is actually a separate piece that you can remove, but then over here they do not give you the other two sides. They leave this completely open. I'll go ahead and take this off now. You can see this is just a simple build, not a whole lot to see there, but this goes together pretty quickly. And there are also two removable stands. You saw the Technic bits on the outside. So if you keep this with you over here, you could display these together. So if you want to show your little micro mobs on stands on the other side, you can choose. You basically choose which of these is your preferred way of displaying it. Over here, the micro mobs are a Steve, a cow, a skeleton head, and a witch. And then this gives you the creeper, the villager, the pig, and Alex. Now this is a sticker. The other one's a sticker as well. And they give you options for different ones, different, little quotes to show you there. These are just the other options. And they do give you additionally separate tiles to put those on. The micro builds and terrain bits here are done to a scale, I think, larger than the original Micro World sets that they did back in 2013, starting from Kuso before it was LEGO Ideas. They say that 12 different biomes are represented here, with some of them overlapping. I personally have not played the game in some years, and the last time that I did play it, some of these things did not exist. So I'm not going to be able to just readily identify absolutely every single detail. You can rely on Minecraft Masters for that, and of course anyone who plays the game significantly and is all into it will immediately recognize everything. Anyhow, I'm going to talk about this more from the overall perspective and from the LEGO perspective. The individual sections in here are able to be pulled out, so you've got a little square here. It's a little bit inconvenient. There might be some specific spots where this works better, but I can pull this out, and you've got some things that are stacked up. Take this out, and as you go, you start to reveal an additional detail here, which is pretty nice. A map, a single completed map down there, just done with tiles. These things off to the sides around the edges aren't intended to come out properly, but you can see the little swamp there with the witch's hut. And you can clearly see how vines are growing down as well. Water is depicted nicely. It kind of continues right into the map as well. I just think that this is really captured well. You can even recognize that the cactus is right there, taller grass. I personally just think that a lot of the details here are captured very beautifully. But when you look at the individual separate builds, this really just takes it to another level. For me, this with the elevation changes, the orientation, where things are, how they are, the fact that you got an extra block underneath over there, the scale is really, really, really difficult at this tiny scale. LEGO pieces only get so small, but I feel like this has captured things just so well. The extra long or extra tall cliff over there that you're not going to be able to walk up. If you want to be able to traverse this village more easily, you're going to add some blocks back there. Just the slight bit of jank of it feels like a proper generated world to me. I feel like they've really captured that to a degree that I never expected possible. You got the wheat over here using the same pieces that they use in the minifig scale, but they've just buried them down. The minifig scale builds buried them down so they're not sticking up as much, and it definitely reads properly. It reads as what it's intended to be. The cherry grove is something that I have not yet experienced in game. I need to because it seems like just such a beautiful thing. And they integrated this in with the entrance to an abandoned mine shaft. And that's very clear what it's intended to be. And also the way you've got the overhang here, that just looks right. The opening down here as well. Again, the little bit of jank, the fact that, you're seeing some terrain that just kind of generated in on top of the thing and it's not all perfect. It is kind of perfect in that way. They've perfectly, in my opinion, captured the imperfection of it all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the sides right there. Look at the level of detail that they were able to bring into that. It's probably a little bit too large. Well, it is too large for the scale they're going for, but you got the little minecart down in there. There's no print on the top of that, but you know, this is again with the overhang. Yeah, I could not ask for anything better than this for how to render at this scale. And yes, these exist. Little mold marks in Lego, those exist now. They're commonplace, and I'm not going to go out of my way to hide them. Sometimes people say, "Hey, why don't you turn all those around?" You terrible content creator. You should be hiding all of those so that we don't see them, so that things look better. No, I would be a terrible content creator if I took the time to hide all flaws from you and to only show the very best possible version of something so that you're not seeing a realistic look. I put these on randomly. I don't try to show them, but where there are flaws, I'm not going to hide them from you. Taiga is something that I personally have always liked in game, and obviously it's been around forever. I like the color of the ground in the grass in taiga areas. So this works for me. All of the waterfall down here, how tall that is, this column, it feels like there's a tremendous amount of height to this. And then down below, the next level, I forget if this one has no, it doesn't have the easy to remove top, but this corner, when I was first building it, I was so impressed by the fact that they put a gold ore block down in this corner. So from the outside cheating, you can see it right there at the edge of the chunk. But imagine being an explorer actually coming into this space. You're going to see there's exposed gold ore back there, and you're going to want it, especially earlier in the game, or if you're just not a super power user who's farming everything at 8 billion blocks of compressed, high value item per hour. You're going to see that back there and you're going to want it, but there is lava in the way. And that's just so typical. It's just beyond your reach. So there has to be some additional danger that just is like, it's just my luck. Once again, I got to do some work to get to it. I can't just walk up to it. Sometimes I'm lucky, get this lapis over here. Sometimes I'm not. And then they've got a stalagmite there. So this is the dripstone cave, taller stalagmite, stalactite coming down from the top. And then also to get around to the other side, you have to, once again, get past this daggone lava pool, and you can tell, or lava flow in this case, and you can tell that you wouldn't be able to just put a block on top of it and hop around because this is in the way. So you got to mine that out as well. Just those details are just too good. Really shows that the person designing this was really thinking about the experience of walking through this space. At least I think so. That's what I feel when I see these small details. Over here, you got the ice spikes, and this is probably the most medium blue, the largest number of medium blue pieces that I've seen in a set in a while. Medium blue is just not that common anymore. Got an igloo right there. You can see the opening to it, the suggestion of it. That's its own little assembly that you do by itself. And all of this is just attached to the top. You got the deep dark over here. This is another thing that I personally have not experienced in game yet, but they definitely have the colors right. I did a little bit of looking into the game, looking at videos and things when I was doing the set, the minifig sized set, minifig compatible set that covers this same area. That looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty right. Again, for its level of detail, and just a little bit of lush cave at the edge of it there as well. I like it. I don't think there's anything here that I dislike or disagree with. You can rearrange these individual sections since they all have the same size of base at 6x6, but there aren't a lot of arrangements that will really work for you because it's specifically intended to give you that diagonal upward slope. And also they kind of show you on the map where those things should go. So there's a specific intent to it, but with a little bit of modification, you can definitely make it work. But overall, even if you want to have these out separate or you recombine them together and then put them as a clump, everything that's done here just feels very authentic to me. And I especially appreciate the use of the light royal blue color for the sky back here, and they put the full sky in. It requires making this double thick, but it's nice. It's too bad that the back corner there doesn't seal up all the way, seal just a tiny bit of gap. That is definitely a nitpick. Nice to see a lot of that color as well, just in relatively regular pieces. These are the leftover pieces, including the 2x6 tiles for the plaque pieces, put the different stickers on. And because of the way that Lego always includes an extra of the 1x1 plates and tiles, you do get extras of all the printed pieces for the micro mobs. And you get extras of the pieces needed to complete a bunch of the micro mobs. The exception being the creeper, which is actually done with a single 1x1 brick there, unfortunately. So no option or no duplicate is available for that one. And then if you want to make duplicates of the pig or cow, you do need to add an additional bracket to just per the way that they're built. But the humanoid ones can all be built just from the spares in duplicate. Again, I paid $90 US for this, 90. It is 90 euros, 80 pounds UK, or $120 Canadian for 1,195 pieces. But of course, the vast majority of those pieces are teeny tiny. So don't look at the parts to price to part ratio and be like, this is the greatest deal ever. It's not. It's not. It's a box, but it's not even a full box. And it's this big. Okay? Is that worth $90? Not to me. That's the only thing that I wish was different here is okay, no. There are two things that I wish were different, right? I wish it was cheaper. And I wish that it came with the other two walls. I really want the other two walls so that I could cover this thing up and actually have it look like a crafting box from angles other than just right here. Because, I mean, it displays nicely until you start turning it. See, you turn it just a little bit. You see this, even if I don't have these attached, you still see what's going on there. You immediately start to see that it's open. So it's not like you can hide the fact that it's open unless you have it pretty much displayed like this and then up against a wall or up against the back of a shelving unit. I just wish at least it had one more wall, just at least one more, just so that I could display it convincingly. That's all. One more side of it, so I could display it convincingly as this, because I love this. This is great. This is super cool. This is definitely the type of thing that I, as a fan of a game, would want to have on display. I have some large scale Minecraft merch, and it's cool. It's good stuff. As for all of this stuff here, though, this is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a shame that when the top is on, it's dark. They tried to allow some white light, to bounce off the top, but really doesn't help all that much. But just open that up. This is a journey. This is a fantastic, beautiful journey. Little micro mobs are what they are, but this is done with so much love. I really, really, really enjoyed going through that, and every time I go back and look at it when I was recording for the review, it kind of took me on the same little trips. Again, it just feels good. It feels right. And it feels like it's done by folks who have played the game a lot, significantly. They didn't just go to some wikis and look at some screenshots, do some Google searches. They really, really captured whole entire scenes and almost the traveling through these different scenes. There's a lot kinetic about it, even though there's nothing that actually moves here. So fantastic design, with the exception of at least one side being missing. Would have had so much more value to me personally. Feel free to disagree by all means, but so much more value to me personally if I could have at least the option to cover one of these, just so I could display it comfortably from a bunch of angles, or I could even just put it flat back against something. And you look at it on this side and it looks good. You look at it on this side and it looks good. And you would never know that it's open until I said, hey, you want to see something cool? Check this out. Look in there, that kind of thing. But overall good experience. And I just at the very least want to see it get cheaper. Give me 70, please. Let's get this discounted down to 70, 75 tops. Yeah, I would be okay with that. If I really, really wanted it, 75, I'd be okay with that. 90 is too much for the amount of stuff. Personal opinion. Objectively, I might be completely wrong, but that's what I feel. All the orange stuff back here, the hearts and things, Stand Up to Cancer, campaign all week long. I'm a little bit tired because I've been putting in work every single day, every hour that I possibly could. As part of a big team effort. We got so many people that are putting so much heart and soul into it on Twitch and a little bit on YouTube. Big group of Lego builders, makers and crafters and gamers. We do this once a year. This is the strongest we've ever been as a team. We're trying to raise funds for standuptocancer.org. There's a little cheeky link, little Tiltify link in my video description if you have any interest in contributing to that. The $5 donations are so much appreciated. We have gotten a bunch through YouTube. Thank you for looking into it. We've gotten some big donations. We've gotten a lot of very, very modest sized donations, which add up very, very quickly. But I won't lean into that too much more because I have done it quite a bit in videos this week. But if you're watching this video before the end of August, there should still be a little campaign link there if you would like to contribute. But thank you very much for making it through the video here. Hope that you enjoyed this. Hope that even if you disagree with my thoughts about the value or the design, that at least I have shown you some things and brought some things to your attention that help you to come to your own conclusions. Bye for now.